Hello students, welcome to my educational channel EasyEd. Today's topic is virus, viroids, prions and lichens. In five kingdom classification of Whitaker, there is no mention of lichens and some acellular organisms like virus, viroids and prions. Here we will discuss about them briefly. First we will take virus. You all might have suffered from diseases such as common cold or flu, which we call commonly, or viral fever. All these diseases are caused by viruses. Term virus means venom or poisonous fluid. Venom means poison. So this is the meaning of term virus. Now we will discuss something about the discovery of virus. In 1892, Dmitry Ivanovsky recognized certain microbes which caused mosaic disease of tobacco. Tobacco is a plant, and in the leaf of tobacco, some mosaic disease was seen, and Ivanovsky recognized these diseases that they are caused due to some microbes. It was thought that maybe it was due to some bacteria. But to study them, Ivanovsky isolated these microbes from the infected plant leaf and passed them through the bacterial filter, means bacteria proof filter. He collected the infected area containing microbes, made an extract, and passed it through the bacterial filter. And he found that these organisms, these microbes, passed through the bacterial filter. That means they are not bacteria but some organisms which are smaller than bacteria. So they are filtering through the bacterial filter. So from the experiment of Ivanovsky, it was concluded that these are the organisms which are smaller than bacteria. Now further, M.W. Bijernik, he took the leaf extract from the infected plant and injected into the healthy plant. And what he observed that these infected plant leaf extract, which contain the extracts of the organisms, these microbes, it caused infection in the healthy plant. So it was concluded that the infected plants, these microorganisms which are present in the infected plant, can cause infection in the healthy plant too. So Bijernik named this organism, this new organism, as virus, and he called this infectious fluid which he injected into the healthy plant. He called this infectious fluid as contagium vivum fluidum. That means infectious living fluid. Then further, W.M. Stanley in 1935 conducted an experiment and showed that viruses can be crystallized. Now this is some different character. Viruses can be crystallized, and what he concluded that these crystals consist largely of protein. So all these contributions of these three scientists, Ivanovsky, Bijernik and Stanley, what conclusion that they gave? That diseases in tobacco are caused due to some organisms which are smaller than bacteria, as they can pass through the bacterial filter. Then they are able to infect a healthy plant. And third, that they can be crystallized and they contain largely of protein. So these were the contributions of the three scientists in discovery of virus. Now we will come to the general characters of virus. Now viruses are acellular. I told you earlier also that word A, letter A, wherever it is included, it means without. In biology, any word which is prefixed with letter A means without. They are acellular. That means they do not have any cellular structure. And this is the reason why viruses could not find place in classification. You all know that the living cells, what is living organism, what is its basic character? That living organisms are made up of cells. So viruses were found to be acellular. They do not have any cell structure, and for this reason they could not be placed in the five kingdom classifications, as they were not considered to be truly living. They were not truly living, and so they were not included in the five kingdom classification. So, what were they? They are non cellular organisms without any cell structure, characterized by having an inert crystalline structure outside the living cell. This you will understand when we'll discuss the second character. So first let me discuss second character, then I will explain you that term. So next character is obligate parasites. Viruses are obligate parasites, means they are total parasites. They cannot live without host. They need host for their survival. So what was found? That viruses themselves have no cell structure. They are characterized by an inert crystalline structure. Inert means inactive. They are characterized by an inert crystalline structure outside the living cell. That means outside the host cell. Means when they are outside the host cell, they are inert, they are inactive. But as they enter the living cell, as they infect any cell, their host, they take over whole machinery of the host cell. They themselves replicate there, they themselves multiply there inside the host body, ultimately killing the host. Okay, so these two characters you can understand now very well, that viruses are acellular without any cellular structure. Then what are they made up of? They are having an inert crystalline structure outside the host cell, but once they enter the host cell, once they infect the host cell, they take over the machinery of the host cell, multiply themselves, and ultimately kill the host cell. They are total parasites. They are obligate parasites. They need a living host to survive, to multiply. And next character, viruses can be crystallized. As Stanley showed, viruses can be crystallized. See the differences. There is always a debate that viruses are living or non-living. It is a debate. Why? Because viruses show some characters of living and some characters are non-living, such as they are acellular. Is any living cell a living organism without cell? No. This is a non-living character. They can be crystallized. Can living organisms can be crystallized? No. But they are obligate parasites, means they are surviving, they are multiplying, but they need a host cell. They are heterotrophic, they are obligate parasite, but they grow, they multiply, and so this character resembles the living. So viruses show some characters of living, some of non-living, and so they are not considered as truly living organisms. They are not placed in the five kingdom classification because they are not considered as truly living organisms. Now, coming to the structure of virus. Next character, what is the structure of virus? Viruses are nucleoprotein. As it is evident by name, nucleo refers to nucleic acid and protein. So what is virus made up of? Virus is made up of nucleic acid and protein. Virus is nucleoprotein in nature. And so again this character of living organisms, nucleic acids, they are the genetic material. So genetic material means transmitting from one generation to another, means it is dividing, it is having a genetic material, that means it is living. But not all the characters confirm its living status, so it is not truly living. Now coming back to the structure, viruses are nucleoprotein made up of nucleic acids and protein. And these nucleic acids, what are they? They can be either RNA or DNA. Now listen carefully. Structure of viruses is very important. Viruses are nucleoprotein made up of nucleic acids and protein. Nucleic acids, it may be RNA or DNA. See, no virus has both RNA or DNA. No virus has both RNA and DNA. Either RNA will be present or DNA will be present. Okay. So viruses contain either RNA or DNA. And you all might be knowing by now that DNA and RNA structure, if you have studied somewhat, that they are stranded structures. They are single stranded as well as double stranded. Here I will explain you shortly just, and when we will come to that topic I will explain the structure there. Now in case of virus, nucleic acids, just I told you, it is either RNA or DNA. Now nucleic acid, you all know, is the genetic material, and this is the substance, this part of the virus is infectious. Okay, so how does virus infect? Yeah, how virus is infectious? Because of its genetic material. The genetic material part of the virus is infectious, and this may be RNA or DNA, means either RNA or DNA. Now are they distributed? Studies have shown that plant viruses means viruses which cause diseases in plants. Okay, all the plant viruses means all the viruses which cause disease in plants have RNA which is single stranded. See, listen carefully. Plant viruses have single stranded RNA, and the animal viruses means viruses which infect animals. See, viruses are obligate parasites. They are total parasites, means they will be harmful always. Okay, so those which will if infect plant, or those which use plants as host, will cause diseases in plants. Those which will use animal as a host will cause diseases in animals and humans. So they need another body to survive, to live. So always they are obligate parasites. So always they will live either in plant or animal, means they need a living host for them. So plant viruses contain single stranded RNA. Animal viruses contain, there may be, see, listen carefully, in animal viruses we can find either single stranded RNA or double stranded RNA or double stranded DNA. Means animal viruses are of three kinds. Some contain single stranded RNA, some contain double stranded RNA, and some contain double stranded DNA. Okay, plant viruses will always contain single stranded RNA. And third kind of virus, it is bacteriophage. New word maybe for you, bacteriophage. What is a bacteriophage? Bacteriophage is a virus which infects bacteria. Now a new terminology, remember it, often asked in questions. What is bacteriophage? Phage. Phage means virus. Okay. So what is a bacteriophage? Phage means virus which infects bacteria, is called as bacteriophage, or commonly we can called it as bacterial virus. Bacteriophage or bacterial virus contains double-stranded DNA. Okay, so three kinds of virus you have studied here. Plant viruses which infect plants, which causes disease in plants, that contains single stranded RNA. Animal viruses that cause disease in animals and humans contain, there are three kinds of genetic material, either single stranded RNA, or double stranded RNA, or double stranded DNA. And bacteriophages which contain double stranded DNA. This is very important. The structure of the virus, very important, always asked in exams. Remember it, learn it properly, understand it well. Now, second part of the virus, that is protein. Now here the structure is somewhat complicated. That is why I am asking you to listen carefully and learn it properly. See, protein part. Just now we studied viruses are made of nucleic acid and protein. So, protein part of viruses. We will study here. The protein part is in the form of protein coat. Okay, protein coat means covering, and this protein coat protects the nucleic acid. Nucleic acid, DNA or RNA is the main, which is the main part, which is the genetic material in the virus. It is protected by a protein coat, protein covering. And this protein coat is called as capsid. See the terminologies. Listen carefully, learn it well. Capsid. So, what is the capsid? Capsid is the protein coat of the virus. It protects the nucleic acid. Okay, this capsid is made up of small units, small subunits, and these units are called as capsomeres. Okay, protein coat of viruses protects the genetic material, maybe RNA or DNA, and this protein coat is called as capsid. This capsid is made up of many capsomeres. These capsomeres are the subunits of the whole unit called as capsid. And these capsomeres in a virus have a specific arrangement. Again, listen carefully. The capsomeres in the capsid of the virus have a specific arrangement. They are arranged either in a helical shape or in a polyhedral shape. That means the capsomeres are arranged in geometric forms. The arrangement of capsomere in the virus is in the form of in geometric forms. They may be helical or they may be polyhedral. You might not understand it like this. I will show you a picture. See, this is a TMV, that means tobacco mosaic virus. Tobacco mosaic virus means a plant virus which causes mosaic disease in tobacco plant. See, it is a helical structure. Okay, these are this is its genetic material, which is RNA. We studied that RNA is the genetic material of the plant virus, and then this all protein, this is the protein which is covering the RNA, nucleic acid, and this whole protein is known as capsid. And see these smaller subunits. These smaller subunits are capsomeres. Okay, and see the arrangement of the capsomeres. It is helical in shape, helically coiled around the RNA, that is its genetic material. This is held. So this type of arrangement is there. Arrangement of capsomeres. I'll show you another type of arrangement. See, this is polyhedral arrangement. See, this is a virus. It is a bacteriophage. Just now I told you this infects bacteria. See its structure. It this is its head. This portion is head, and this head, it contains its DNA. That means genetic material or nucleic acid inside it. And this nucleic acid is covered by a protected by the protein coat. So this is the capsid of the bacteriophage, and it is again made up of smaller units, that is capsomeres. And see how they are arranged. They are in polyhedral shape. They are having a polyhedral shape. So this arrangement of capsomeres in viruses is of geometric form. It may be helical or it may be polyhedral. Now see the structure of this bacteriophage. It contains three parts: head, collar and tail. Head is having nucleic acid surrounded by capsomeres, capsid. There is a collar, then there is a hollow tube. It is a hollow tube with a core tube called. And at the base, there is a plate. This plate is called as tail plate. Okay, and this plate is also hexagonal in shape. And from this base tail plate arises some fibers. See, fibers are there, and these are called as tail fibers. These are called as tail fibers. And with this tail fibers, this bacteriophage, what is it? It is a virus infecting bacteria. So this bacteriophage attaches with the help of these tail fibers to the host. That means it's bacteria. So this is the structure of virus. Now coming to the next character, that viruses are pathogens. By now you all know that viruses are obligate parasites. They cause diseases. They are pathogens, means they cause diseases. So here you have to learn some diseases, names of diseases. See, the diseases caused by virus: mumps, smallpox, herpes, influenza. You all know all these diseases we suffer from in various stages of life. Okay, then there is a disease called AIDS. You might have heard about it. AIDS caused in humans is due to this virus. And you all might be known, who can ever forget the disastrous virus coronavirus, which had shattered our life few years back. So that was also virus. Now in plants, they also cause disease such as mosaic. Just now we studied tobacco mosaic disease. Then there is a leaf rolling and curling disease. Then there is a yellowing and vein clearing disease. There is a dwarfing and stunted disease. These all diseases are caused in plants. Okay, so this was all about viruses. Now some other few organisms were there which were not considered in Whittaker's classification. The next one is viroid. So what are viroids? Viroids was discovered by Danner, Theo Danner in 1971. Danner discovered a new infectious agent that was smaller than virus. Okay, it caused a disease. How it was discovered? It caused a disease, potato spindle tuber disease. Means it caused spindle tuber disease in potato plant. So it caused disease in spindle tuber, it causes disease, potato spindle tuber disease. And it was observed by Danner, and when he studied it, it was found that it is not a virus, it is some new agent, some new organism which is causing disease, and that is smaller than virus. Now it was found that it contained free RNA, means it contained only RNA without any protein coat, just as in virus. So it was found that it contained free RNA without protein code, and so it was named as viroid. Okay, it was not virus but having a new agent, new organism having free RNA, and so it was named as viroid. And it was found that RNA of the viroid was of low molecular weight. Okay, these were the general characters of viroids. These are some new organisms not living, again acellular, and also they are smaller than virus, without protein, with a free RNA, but they are disease causing. Another organisms, prions. Prions were similar in size as virus. What happened? In modern medicine, it was found that certain infectious neurological diseases were transmitted by an agent which consisted of abnormally folded protein. That means an agent was found responsible for causing infectious neurological diseases, and that it was found that it consisted of abnormally folded proteins. And what were they? They were having size similar to viruses. So their size was similar as viruses, but they contained abnormally folded protein, and they caused many infectious neurological diseases. And these organisms were named as prions. What are the main diseases caused by prions? I'll tell you. The disease is BSE, that is bovine spongiform encephalopathy. It is commonly known as mad cow disease in cattle, and its variant causes a disease CJD in humans, which is Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease. It is caused in humans by prions. So again, they were acellular organisms which were causing disease, different from viruses, and not having any place in the Whittaker's classification. They contained abnormally folded protein. Now, last topic of the chapter as well is lichens. Remember, we studied in Kingdom Fungi. Lichens are symbiotic associations between algae and fungi. Symbiotic association, I explained in my that video of fungi, that symbiotic association means two organisms live together and they mutually benefit each other. They mutually benefit each other without harming each other. This is known as symbiotic association, and symbiotic association of algae and fungi is known as lichens. Now here symbiotic association means, you all know, algae is autotrophic and fungi is heterotrophic. So what will be the association between them? Algae will provide food to this fungi, and fungi in turn provides shelter to this algae, and it also absorbs water and mineral nutrients for it. So both the parts are beneficial for each other, both benefit each other. One gives food, one provides food, one provides shelter, and it absorbs water and mineral nutrients for it. So this symbiotic association is known as lichens of algae and fungi. In this, the algal part, the autotrophic part, is called as phycobiont, and the fungal part, the heterotrophic part, is called as mycobiont. Again, a new terminology, very important, always asked in exams. Phycobiont and mycobiont. So phycobiont is the algal part of the lichen, and mycobiont, myco, again remember mycetes, it is fungi. It is the fungal part of the lichen. And one important character of this lichen, that it is a pollution indicator. Pollution indicator means it does not grows in the polluted areas. So, children, this was the end of chapter 2, that is biological classification. And one thing I want to tell you, that if you go through all my videos properly, you can find all the answers asked in your NCRT book. See to the questions of the questions asked at the end of the chapter. If you have gone through all the videos properly, you can answer all the questions there. Okay, this is for now. Please like, share and subscribe my channel. Thank you.